Hey YouTube, Tony here with Suburban Camouflage. Actually kind of out in the woods today. If you can kind of take a look around. I'm by a little lake in the woods, right along a little sandbar. Set up a nice little fire here, and I'm going to cook some lunch. So, while I'm waiting for my fire to burn down, get a nice bed of coals to cook my soup. Stumbled across this painted trying to get down to the water. I don't know if you can see him very well. He's pretty well blended in, but he's shelled up on us. Hello. I'm a big fan of turtles. So, yeah, just thought I'd share some of the nature that I've seen while I'm waiting for my coals to burn down. You can see I've done a nice little hole in the sand here so I can kind of contain the fire, and then as I'm moving on, just bury the ashes. Alright, I've set my spot to the side, let that cool. I'm just kind of showing you my setup here. Found a fallen log by the edge of this little lake. Hung my CamelBak and my EDC bag up here. Plan on sitting right here. Have the straw for my CamelBak right there to be able to drink from. Have a nice little lunch on the lake. Alright, I'm opening that back up and I'm going to start heading around the lake. Looks like I'm following a turtle path. See where it goes. Wow. That must have been a hell of a storm. And that's easily a 100-year-old tree just torn in half. Got a nice little hollow down there. Interesting. Looks actually fairly fresh. Alright, looks like I found some deer tracks. It's actually kind of a bitch to get through this. To knock out one of the branches there in that little V and kind of crawl through. The top there doesn't look much more passable, so. Been running into a lot of geese out here. Back fairly early. I mean, it's only 16th of March, so I don't seem too happy about me being over here either, so. Alright, well, I need to head in that direction, southwest, and the river seems to be swinging back in on itself, so I'm going to need to cross, and this looks like my best option right here, so here we go. Let's see how much fun this is. Water is going to be incredibly cold. Just rolling up my pant legs a little bit, trying to keep as much of myself dry as possible. And in we go. Alright, about ankle deep now. Found a log. Alright. I think I've reached the deepest part. Big rock. Alright, it looks like I've got through with only getting my feet wet, and because I'm wearing a Smart Wool blend sock, it's a 40% wool, 40% poly blend. It should keep my feet warm even though it's getting a little chilly as the sun goes in. Alright, keep going. Looks like I found a ranger station. Huh. Alright, I'm moving across this mud plain. The way is blocked by some fallen trees. As you can see, the sun started to dry it out as it's starting to crack along the surface, but yeah, I'm definitely sinking, definitely squishy. But made it across and on we go. It looks like I'm following another little game trail here up this hill. The direction I need to go, so I figure this will be the easiest path to cut. Getting some buds on the leaves of these plants. Looks like spring is here. Ooh, thorns. Oh, hey, it's a gravel road. If I were to follow this that direction, it'd lead me back into town. But I think I'm just going to cross, keep going through the woods. There we go. That's beautiful. Getting into some new growth. It's my favorite part. Springtime. Here we go. This big piece of bark here peeled off in one big sheet, and it's fairly sturdy. If I were stuck out here, this would easily help me make at least part of a shelter using some of these fallen trees as a support to prop this up and, oops, sorry about the camera swing there, prop this up and make part of the shelter easily. Make it waterproof with a poncho or one of the emergency blankets I have in my bags. So, need to keep in mind. Alright, so, it's a little after noon, maybe 1 o'clock. Haven't checked the time yet, but the sun is at its zenith, and as I'm standing here, you can see my shadow pointing in that direction. So that way is north. I have to go south, so I'm just following the sun straight through the trees. A little bit of primitive navigation for you. A tire somebody just tossed out in the woods. If I were stuck out here in an emergency situation and needed rescue, could throw that on top of a fire to cause smoke that you'd easily be able to see coming out of these trees without any of the leaf cover. So, another thing to keep in mind. Another game trail coming through here. This one looks to be quite a bit fresher. Follow this as I see where it goes since it's heading in my general direction. Here we go. Looks like somebody was at least starting to build a debris shelter or a wiki here. Got this tree propped up there. I don't know if they did that or if that's the way it fell, and then just building off that. Alright. Looks like I'm coming out of the woods here. Got a town right over there, so dropping my packs. Getting some hydration. And gonna head back into town. Make my way back. Thanks for watching. This has been Tony for Suburban Camouflage.